Today we're going to perform a 3-point fix in Block Island Sound. Our 3 points that we're going to use are Block Island North Light, which we are sailing from to Mystic, Connecticut today. So I know we're somewhere on this line here. Our second point of fix, Our second point of fix is going to be this water tower, which is labeled as tank. And you could see that water tower off our starboard bow as a white ball appearing above the tree line. You zoom in on it there, Brian?
Got it.
All right. And if you look off towards our stern, the camera probably can't pick it up, but there are 2 humps of land. That will be Block Island, and what appears to be the valley between the 2 humps is actually the Great Salt Pond, if you look on the chart here. So I visually can see 2 humps of land, one on the right and one on the left, because I know that somewhere we're over here. So I'm gonna aim my hand-bearing compass towards the leftmost tip of the left hump, and I'll use that as my fix for Block Island North Light. I'll do that right now. Make sure I can read my... Alright, we're gonna say that Block Island North Light is 118 degrees. Is bearing 118 degrees from our position. I don't know if bearing's the correct term, so careful. Now I'm gonna point this at the water tower and read the number again. So I see the water tower is right there. I'm lining it up with the crosshairs of this hand-bearing compass. Every hand-bearing compass is operated differently, by the way, so get used to the one you have. I'm going to record the water tower in Westerly at 3:47. Thank you for catching that. Let me just do this. 3:47. Now, Montauk Point Light is so far away from us, and I'm gonna confirm its position first using these binoculars here. Beautiful, beautifully clear day, so it shouldn't be too difficult. There it is, right down there. Yep, I can see its silhouette through the haze. Montauk Point Light. We will record at 2:12. Good. All right. So we've got our 3 points of fix, and we've got our 3 bearings. So all we have to do is transfer these 3 bearings, these 3 lines, onto the chart. And this is a portable chart plotter, or chart table here that I'm using. And it's got this ruler that stays in its position no matter where I move it. And it's got this compass that I could set in the center.
What? It back over here.
What?
It's too bright. The camera can't even pick it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
now that I have my 3 points of fix, it is a simple matter of drawing 3 lines on the chart that match these bearings. So Block Island North Light is 135 degrees to us. So what I did first was I set this inner compass here to match the magnetic compass, which is the inner compass on the compass rose on the chart. So if I were to open this chart up so that you could fully see the compass rose, the inner magnetic compass would line up with this compass that I have set on my arm. So I'm going to set this red line here, this ruler, to 118. These were from earlier. 118, I mean. We're gonna set it to 118. It's right there. Tighten this up so it doesn't move. Now we're going to line this up with Block Island North Light, which is right there. And we're going to strike a light line, very light, because we don't want to get the chart all dirty with eraser marks. Make sure you can see the line. I can see the line. Good. Our second point is the water tower marked tank in Pawcatuck or Westerly, whatever they want to call it. Avondale, which is right there. 347. So I'm going to just take this, set it to 347, which is right there. Line it up with the water tower, which is labeled tank, right here. And I'm going to turn the ruler around so it makes striking the line easier. What was it, 347? I'm going to make sure there's no boats around us still, because I hear the Cecilia Ann. That's good. All right. Tank right there. And you see how it intersects our first line? Right there. So that means we're somewhere about right here, but we're gonna get even closer once we get our third line. So I'm gonna draw another line about this, intersecting it, about 2 inches on either side of it, just cause. Now I'm gonna take our last point, Montauk Point Light. Montauk Point Light, 212. Line this up to 212. Right there. Line the ruler up with Montauk Point Light right there. Strike our third line that intersects our first 2. And you can see now, if you zoom in, that it has created this nice tight triangle right here. And we can assume, we're going to assume, because we don't know for sure, that we are somewhere around this triangle. Maybe we're in it, maybe we're near the edges of it, but we're pretty close. And in the grand scheme of things, if you zoom out on the map, that is a pretty accurate fix, because I can see land still. You could only do this when you could see the land around you, but that is how you perform a 3-point fix at sea.